It certainly feels like we are like, I don't know how much more primed we can be. I look at the bridge. I mean, on the fundamental side, we have general influencers coming here. They've seen the light, so to speak. They're calling for, Hex doing all this amazing stuff, and PulseChain in this ecosystem. I see, big people with big accounts talking about more every day. So we got a lot of new people on our side. We got, the active wallets and stuff. All the numbers of the ecosystem are going up in an upward trajectory from what we can tell. So the fundamentals look super good. The TA, I mean, I haven't heard anyone say the TA sucks for PulseChain or Hex. I've heard only the opposite in so many different ways. So what are we waiting on, Neil? Why?
Capital. What? It's a straight up capital deal. You have to bring money in, then the price go up. It's just that simple. There's no other way. There's no magic wand anybody can wave. Now, Richard could probably tweet a bunch of stuff and maybe get people to kind of buy, but that's taking money that's kind of already in the system and moving it around, so to speak. But you got to bridge money in to bring value. There's no doubt about it. That's the only way the system is going to get bigger and grow. If not, we'll just trade money. We're trading coins amongst ourselves. And, then whoever's the smartest trader wins, basically, in that game. So, but that's just it's a basic numbers game. And so, what can you do to bring capital? So you got to come up with good products and services on your chain for people to use. So we're doing that with P2X. And we're going to try to build these games out so people can participate, maybe come over from other chains. And once maybe these things are successful, other people build other stuff that's cool and neat. If we can get really good ROI on yield for farms and stuff, that's great. All those things are attractive to the retail user who doesn't really understand it, but they see, oh, there's money to be made. I'll go there. And I think Pulsar's coming out too. They're trying to do something with Titan X and try to come over here and bring some of that money back. So there's just people working on it. It's going to take a little time to get the money back over here to really pump the chains of overall TVL.
Is it just looking at, because we see a lot of money coming from Ethereum onto PulseChain through the bridge. You look at on Twitter, you see Hex, you see a ton of alerts just every day. I mean, some going back the other way, but there's a lot just over and over and over for weeks now. So the capital, you think a lot of it just hasn't been deployed yet, or do you think it's just I guess what is the thing, if you saw it, you'd be like, whoa, okay, this is like, you need to see like a multi-million-dollar come across the bridge before the fees are turned back on type of thing? Like what do we need to see to be like, okay, this is up?
I would want to see a steady increase of flow coming in at a going up slowly. What gets more and more and more every day, every week, or whatever. When you start seeing more and more money coming in, not just one chunk at a time, but a good, steady, healthy flow, which is greater than what's going out, then you got something fixing to happen, right? Because people are coming in, organically through the system. And you have whales and stuff coming in with big chunks every now and then. But as long as people aren't exiting out more than coming in, you will have a good system. And just like everything else, 2 years is a long time to wait. And 2 years with 6 months, it's a long time to get your money back if you were an early sacrificer. If you were a big sacrificer, we look at Rack and Michelle, what he did, he dumped the price, right? When he whoever him himself, but his group he was in, the guys won the money out. Okay, it's fine, that's fair. But at the end of the day, Richard has always said it's two groups make money in crypto: founders and long-term holders. Period. If you hold a long time, you will get your value out. And what that time is, we don't know. And so we also must be patient because we haven't even started the bull run yet. I mean, we're just now getting started. And it's not, Bitcoin's up with 50,000, I think. Yeah, 51,000 right now. And that's good, but it's still not its all-time high. And there's even more money behind it with ETFs and everything. I mean, Grayscale's, I think it flipped its ratio already, if I'm not mistaken. It's no longer in a deficit. So it's time. So, I hate to say this, but the money printer's going to be turned on too. That'll really help, accelerate, the market and the sentiment. But until then, we're going to do what we can.
Yeah, it's just interesting to think about the capital, the people who are already here in crypto, the money we have in now, and then the money that can come in from other ecosystems, and then the money that hasn't even entered crypto yet, and which may come in, from retail and otherwise, from people saying, "Hey, money printer go burr. Obviously, this is a risk on time. I'm gonna go make. It's time to go make some money. Time to deploy some capital, type of thing." And Yeah, you mentioned also, I heard Sami talk about a lot the, Bitcoin. I think, was it altcoins rally after Bitcoin hits all-time high, something like that?
Something like
In
that.
that
Yeah.
ballpark? Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's another, key thing to have no expectations about.
Well, yeah. And, I guess it also depends on what do you want to do with with your money, right? If you're here to get a 10x and leave, and that's your goal and that's your plan, well, then that you'll do that eventually. If you're 100x and leave, go ahead. But here's a question people to ask themselves: they're here to we're all here to make money. Don't get me wrong, but what is better to get a 10,000x or 1,000x and leave, and then never come back or wait and come back in, say 2 years, 3 years later, and then eat up all that? You can eat a whole bunch of inflation cost with your value, or extract what you need to live well and maybe give yourself a Ferrari or whatever, but leave the rest in to work and earn yield over time. So in the bear, you're still making money. Which is a better way? That's the question you have to ask yourself, and address that in your own mind, and how you want to use the tools that are going to be available on the blockchain. Because if you have a trader's mentality, you want to get in, sell the top, and get out. Well, A, nobody can already time the top perfectly, and B, you're going to have to come back in if you want to make more money in the future, because you're not going to make it in traditional finance. What you're going to do? Just going to put your stick in a CD and earn 3.8% or wherever they are now, or 5% if you're lucky, where you're earning 50% APR in a farm. I mean, the math says the smart money stays where it's at. Just extract what you need, live well for 3 or 4 years, and you earn a yield during the whole time you're in a bear. You average out way better. And when the next bull hits, you're already here. You're already poised. You can deploy the capital you've earned during the bear, accumulate more, and then you're ready to now have even more to sell on the next bull. It's just the way you got to think about it. I mean, you got to think about diversification of your assets, as well as diversification of yield generation in the system, and think about it and use the tools that are available. And eventually, maybe, if you want to leave the chain, go somewhere else. That's your prerogative. But I mean, it's kind of silly to go in places that are way more expensive, like Ethereum and stuff, So and we have really, really good innovation on this chain. Really, a whole bunch of people, good community, guys are building really cool stuff. They're really, really smart, and they know what they're doing, and they built the things out for us to use. So I think we should use them.
Do you think it happens this year? Do you think, just based on price appreciation alone, I mean, forget yield, forget everything else, do you think there'll be millionaires minted in PulseChain this year?
Maybe by the end of the year, it'll be close. It depends on the election cycle. There's a lot of things happening in the world, so it's kind of hard to know how the markets are going to react to some of the things that are going to happen. But if we have a positive election outcome in the U.S., I think it will cause the money printers to go burr, because another bunch will get in there and spend money. It's politics, But yeah. But in 2025, though, hopefully, at least according to all the models, it should be a pretty good year for us as well. So it's not just this year, it's next. So this is to run up, right, for us. This is our time to get ready to run up. Just, as we mature with our protocols and stuff, I think you'll see some neat stuff. I mean, we got like NFT projects coming out with, I think Red Squirrel's got an NFT project that actually earns yield. I mean, come on. You can earn yield in NFTs. Why not? That's a whole other market.